Today's horoscope, Leo May 10th, 2025. Discover your future with my daily horoscope for you about love, work, health, money and compatibility with other signs. The moon spends all day in your communications sector, which piques your curiosity. You're in the mood for light, easy contact and interesting ideas or information. As the day advances, you can easily get fired up about pursuing something, but others or circumstances can stand in your way, or someone may be less than sympathetic. Routine domestic tasks can seem harder to take today, as they can run counter to your feelings of independence or to your personal plans. While it can be hard to pour your energy into something wholeheartedly as a result, it can nevertheless be a time to rest, reflect, or reconsider and replan before pushing ahead. As we watch the stars shift, we can understand how the human collective is evolving at any given time. Jupiter, our planet of luck, expansion, and miracles, is currently orbiting in the mutable air sign of Gemini. This means that all of the themes that Gemini rules are amplified significantly. When it comes to the human collective, this energizes us to be more social than we have in years. Connecting with friends, siblings, and neighbors could open you up to new experiences as well as more fun. If single, consider dating in your network. Listening to an eccentric executive chatter on and on may seem boring, but their stories from the past will clue you into the future. You'll discover that making big changes is easier than you thought. The planetary alignment makes this a good day for snuggling, getting closer to your loved ones if possible, or just being a good parent, spouse, and friend. You may notice that your focus is not on those relationships that don't move you. The people you don't really click with or the average person on the street may not be the recipient of your smile today. Stay close to home and be present to your emotional truth. Don't overextend yourself today. This can happen when a vibration is occurring, as the inclination to give is very strong. When someone asks you for something, weigh it out in your mind before committing. Consider all the factors, including your energy level. If there's plenty to go around, then great. But if not, don't hesitate to decline this time. Hopefully, the other person can respect that you have needs as well, and that it isn't the best time for you. What a difference a few days can make. The week not only began with the moon in Leo but clashed with Pluto, just as he was turning retrograde in your relationship sector. This may have pushed some buttons, and on the heels of a clash between Mars and Pluto, once again put pressure on a balance between your own and your relationship needs. Today's friendly aspect not only puts them back in harmony, but with the moon moving through your communication sector, with a chance to give anything flushed out earlier in the week a voice. With no planetary activity in your communication sector and the moon only here for a few days, this is a short chance to get the communication lines open. The week not only began with the moon in Leo but clashed with Pluto just as he was turning retrograde in your relationship sector. It is a different story today, with the moon's monthly visit to your communication sector putting it at a friendly aspect to Pluto. With no planetary activity in your communication sector and Pluto now in retrograde motion, this is a chance to give your emotional responses, relationships, the past, and unsaid words a voice that needs to be seized. Daily Planetary Overview. Today, the cosmic skies are relatively calm. The stars aren't making much noise, and that in itself is a message worth paying attention to. When the celestial energy is quiet, it's often a gentle invitation to slow down and reconnect with yourself, your rhythm, and the pace of your life. You may not feel particularly driven to launch into a big project, have a major conversation, or take a leap into the unknown, and that's perfectly okay. Not every day needs to be about movement. Some days are for grounding, for integrating, for breathing. If you've been feeling a bit scattered lately, or like you've been running from one task to the next without much time to reflect, consider this your cosmic permission slip to pause. Return to the basics. Today is ideal for getting back into your routine, not just out of habit, but as an act of self-respect. Re-establish the habits that nourish your body and spirit. Whether that means meal prepping, tidying up your space, journaling, meditating, or even just getting to bed a little earlier, these small acts are the foundation of your well-being. Take a moment to reflect on all the effort you've put in over the last few weeks. Maybe you've been grinding at work, showing up for others in your life, or pushing yourself toward a personal goal. Even if it hasn't always felt glamorous or acknowledged, know this: your efforts haven't gone unnoticed. You may begin to see the fruits of your labor emerging now in subtle but deeply validating ways. A word of praise, a moment of appreciation, or even the internal satisfaction of knowing you followed through on something important. These small recognitions are deeply meaningful. Allow them to build your confidence and remind you that your consistency matters. This subtle but steady energy is also perfect for nurturing your relationships. Because your energy is more settled today, you might notice that your ability to connect with others comes more naturally. Your presence feels grounded and calming to those around you. When you speak, people listen not because you're louder, but because your energy is more aligned and authentic. That kind of calm leadership rooted in empathy, not ego, is incredibly magnetic. If there's a friend you've lost touch with or someone who's been on your mind, this is a beautiful time to reach out, reconnect, and strengthen the bonds that truly matter. You might also notice moments of intuitive clarity today. Even though there's no dramatic celestial shift happening, there's something about the stillness that helps you hear your inner voice more clearly. Pay attention to the nudges, the quiet observations, or the gentle changes in your environment. Sometimes, it's in the quietest moments that the most meaningful shifts begin. However, a word of gentle caution: this tranquil vibe doesn't necessarily extend to every area of life. Financially, things may feel a little uncertain today. If someone offers you an investment tip that seems too good to be true, or you feel pressure to spend on something you're unsure about, trust your instincts. Not all advice will be in your best interest, and some people may be acting out of self-serving motives rather than genuine care. Be discerning. You don't need to make any big money moves right now. Today is more about preserving what you have rather than chasing something new. It's also worth being mindful of your energy. You may have more motivation than you've had in a while, especially if you've recently been feeling drained or off your game. There could be a renewed drive pushing you to recommit to your physical health. If so, embrace it. Maybe it's the perfect day to stretch a little further in your workout, go for that long walk, or even try something new that challenges your body and refreshes your spirit. On the flip side, if you feel tired, don't push through for the sake of productivity. Listen to your body, and if it's asking for gentleness, honor that. A sauna, a hot bath, a massage, or even just a few quiet minutes in nature might be exactly what you need to restore your balance. The bottom line today? It's not about dramatic change. It's about conscious recalibration. Use this cosmic lull to recenter, reflect, and restore. Your inner compass is pointing you toward stability, and the beauty of that is often overlooked in a world that constantly chases the next big thing. Sometimes, the greatest growth happens in the spaces between our busiest moments, in the stillness where we remember who we are and what we truly value. So take a breath. Take your time. And if you're feeling inspired, I'd love to hear from you. What's one simple habit or routine that always helps you feel balanced? Have you noticed any quiet victories or moments of clarity recently? Share in the comments and let's support one another in finding peace in the pause.